Welcome to Sports Express with Spencer Davidson and Alicia Daddario. Brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby and Wittig and Raymore and Flanagan.
Coming up aboard the Express, Dolgeville and Waterville battle in the Class D East showdown.
Plus, staying in Class D, the 2-0 Herkimer Magicians played host to the Sequoia Valley Indians.
But first, time for tonight's big game. And is this a New Hartford game or a U.S. national team game? The student section decked out in red, white, and blue, ready to go as the Spartans take on VVS in a Class B East contest.
First quarter, first possession goes to the Red Devils. Alex Oliver back to pass on third down. He throws it up the middle for a perfect strike to Travis Decker, who pulls it down with a defender all over him. That leads to this 1-yard touchdown score later in the drive by Oliver, 6-0 VVS.
To the third quarter, 14-0 Devils now. Jake Horodnik under center hands it off to Oliver on the sweep, and number 20 does the rest as he outruns Spartans defenders 10 yards to the house. VVS up big, 21-0.
Spartans fighting back. They're on the one. Blake Hoban on the Wildcat drives to his left and pushes through the line into pay dirt. Extra point is blocked. New Hartford trails 21-6.
In the fourth, VVS looking to put this one away. Goal line stand. Horodnik hands off to Oliver again. This time it's a sweep to the left, and Oliver fights his way through the jungle en route to his fourth touchdown of the night. Oliver was dominant in this one, and VVS remains undefeated as they win in enemy territory 28-6. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Express, an important league game for the Red Devils as they look to get back to the playoffs. Now, they made it to the section semifinals last year, and they're looking to push it that extra step this year.
That win should definitely help. Now we have another all-local matchup, this one in Class D, that could also have postseason implications down the stretch.
Yeah, to Herkimer Elementary School behind Wyatt Renshaw's 7 touchdowns in their first 2 games. The Magicians are 2-0 this season as they host Sequoia Valley. Second quarter, Herkimer with a huge lead and looking for more. Renshaw takes the handoff, goes up the middle, and carries several defenders with him to move the chains. 2
plays later, Zach Parman is going to punch it in from 5 yards out, and just like that, the Magicians take a 34-0 lead at the break.
Boom, Sequoia trying to get something going on offense, but Herkimer's defense had other plans. The Indians fumble the handoff. Aiden Ploss recovers it for the Magicians. With the 46-16 victory over the Indians, Herkimer improves to 3-0 on the season and sits atop the Class D East standings.
In Waterville, the Indians are coming off their first win of the season, while the Blue Devils had a bye week and have yet to get into the win column. The Indians wasting no time getting on the scoreboard. Going into their bag of tricks, Derek Buell pitches it to tailback Ryan Hunt, who connects with his brother Sean Hunt for the wide open touchdown. PAT is good, and Waterville takes a 7-0 lead.
Still in the first quarter, 3rd and 2 for the Indians. Buell with the quarterback sneak. He puts his head down, up the gut. Buell gets the first down and much more. He goes all the way for 6 after the extra point. Waterville was on top, 14-0.
I think he was surprised at how open he was. All Indians early on, but a momentum swing just before the half. Dolgeville in the red zone, Zach Smith with the keeper hanging on tight with one hand, and the ball crosses the plane. Dolgeville would score 20 unanswered points as they defeat Waterville. 2014 is your final.
All right, that'll do it for our opening frame here on Sports Express.
But coming up after the break, we'll take a look at our latest athlete of the week who has started off his season in a dominant way. But first, let's check out other scores from around the area in our Sports Express Scoremaster.
Brought to you by Scalzo, Zogby and Wittig and Raymore and Flanagan.
Welcome back to Sports Express. It's time now to unveil our latest athlete of the week.
Yeah, this week's featured athlete had an unusual 2-game week in football, but he certainly made the most of it. Check it out.
Herkimer football team was a one-man wrecking crew for the Magicians last week. In the season opener against Phoenix, Renshaw piled up 5 touchdowns, including 4 rushing and a pick-6 to lead his squad to a 41-6 rout. But he wasn't done there. This past Saturday, Renshaw ran for 153 yards and 2 scores as Herkimer defeated Whitney Point in a non-league contest. Despite stuffing the stat sheet, Renshaw says he couldn't have done it without his team.
Definitely have to thank my teammates for sure. The O-line, our defense for getting us the ball back. They definitely do a great job, and I'm very proud of them. The younger kids look up to me a lot, and I take that not for granted for sure. I definitely try to psych them up if we get a down play or something. I try to run big and gain a lot of yards, get a first down or something, change the whole momentum. I'm always excited every touchdown. For my first varsity touchdown to my last, I'm gonna be excited. I've been playing football my whole life. It's definitely something I've been looking up to.
I can't speak enough about how important Wyatt's been to this football team. And it didn't just start this season in August. It started at the end of last season. He led by example. He brought a lot of kids with him into the weight room and things like that, and got a lot of the younger guys going. So he's been just instrumental to what we've been able to do, not just athletically, but from a leadership standpoint.
All right, if you know of a high school athlete who deserves to be Athlete of the Week, here's our contact info. Call, email, social media. We want everyone to join the party. If you're a coach, athletic director, parent, even a teammate, just send us who you would like to be nominated and why. Give us some stats and a story, and we'll give you a shot. All featured athletes will receive a plaque courtesy of CNY Awards and Apparel. And just saying, we already have a nomination for next week, so
yeah, someone came up to you at a game, right?
Yeah, someone came up to me at a game.
Yeah, that's just as simple as that, and nominations just like that.
Exactly. So get those nominations in, and we might select you. That's the second buzzer here on Sports Express, but we're not quite done yet.
After the break, we head to the majors. The Yankees are looking to stay in the first wild card spot. They'd look to earn a big win against the Toronto Blue Jays. Highlights after the break.
For final scores and video highlights from tonight's games, log on to WKTV.com. By Scalzo, Zogby and Wittig, and Raymore and Flanagan.
Welcome back aboard the Express. So it's getting down to crunch time for the New York Yankees, who have seen their lead for the first wild card spot shrink to just one game.
Now, if they want to host that wild card game, they'll have to hold off the surging Oakland Athletics. They can do that as they continue to win against Toronto Blue Jays tonight.
Yeah, Yankees slugger Aaron Judge was activated off the disabled list today after missing 2 months with a wrist injury. Now, he's still not cleared to hit in a game, but he could play the field, though his wrist looking just fine here.
Definitely a good sign. The Bombers waste no time hopping on the Blue Jays. First inning with 2 on and no outs. The other Aaron Hicks lines one the opposite way into left field. Andrew McCutchen scores, and they take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, later in the inning, it's 3-zip now. The party continues as Luke Voigt gets in on the action. He rips a pitch out to deep left center. 2 men were on, and 2 men will score. That's Gleyber Torres and Gary Sanchez crossing the plate. The Bombers put up a 5 spot in the first.
Moving to the third, Pinstripes still producing at the plate. Bases loaded for Giancarlo Stanton. He dunks a single into shallow right. Voigt and Brett Gardner come around to score. Yankees blowing out the Jays 8-0.
They weren't done there, though. In the fifth, McCutchen looking to cement himself among the Bombers. This will do it. A solo shot into the right field stands. His first at Yankee Stadium, third as a Yankees. Welcome, Kutch. Masahiro Tanaka pitched superbly, and the Yankees went off in New York. They win 11-0.
Noah Syndergaard made the second appearance of his major league career against the Boston Red Sox, trying to cool off the best team in the majors in the opener of a 3-game series at Fenway Park.
No easy task. The Mets scored early and often, though. Already up a run. Jay Bruce was in the batter's box in the top of the third with 2 on. He puts Robbie Scott's sinker high and deep enough to clear the right field wall for the 3-run jack.
Then Brian Johnson came out of the Red Sox bullpen, and the Mets second baseman Jeff McNeil sent him back, sort of. The solo shot would bounce out of the Sox's bullpen for the solo shot. New York goes up 5-0.
Very nice. The Mets put the Red Sox away in the top of the 8th with 1 on. Austin Jackson hammers the 2-run shot to the top of the Green Monster off Tyler Thornburg, and the Mets had easy work of the Red Sox in Game 1 of the series, 8-0. Now that loss snaps Boston's 4-game winning streak.
So definitely a good day if you're a New York fan.
Absolutely. They both creamed their opponents.
All right, so coming up today, the great matchups coming up tomorrow as Mount Markham and Notre Dame clash in a Class C battle. Both teams enter this contest undefeated. So which team will suffer that first loss of the season? That should be a great one.
Yeah.
Kickoff is set for 2. Then under the lights at Whitesboro High School, Holland Patton will host Little Falls, also in Class C. And then in the college ranks, the Pioneers are coming off a dominant home opener against Catholic University. They'll look to keep the momentum going as they welcome nationally ranked RPI to Gaetano Stadium. Game time is set for noon. Also, Syracuse hosting Florida State in the ACC opener at the Dome. Kickoff also at noon.
Yeah, those should be 2 good challenges both for Syracuse and Utica College. Both teams have looked absolutely great through the first 2 weeks of the season, but it's going to be challenging.
Yeah, especially when you go into ACC play. Like, you never know. Conference play is difficult, so it's a new animal.
Florida State's always a tough opponent, and RPI being ranked is going to be
I believe,
tough.
though, Syracuse almost beat Florida State last year. So, I mean, hopefully home cooking.
Yeah,
you know.
and when you beat Clemson last year, anything's possible,
Facts,
right?
though.
That'll do it for us, though. We'll see you back here next Friday night for another edition of Sports Express.